It's a beautiful quote. European women, girls, are lost in their privilege. Hello there. Hi guys, welcome back to Alpha Omega. Do you know something? I'm very happy because last night we had our first live stream. From the date of this video, we had our first live stream and it was a real success. And I want to thank each and every one of you who joined in on the live stream. It was fantastic. And a particular thank you to John Paul. I think you're in Poland. Thank you very much for your contribution to the channel. If you want to give a super thanks, please feel free to do so. I was inspired by what we discussed in our live stream last night to make this video, and the inspiration came from the general discussion. I forget who actually mentioned it, but basically, what's the difference, or is there a difference between, let's say, Thai women specifically and Europeans? Let's say Asian women. Well, we're talking Thai women because this channel is based in Thailand. So what's the difference between Thai women and European women, and is there a difference? And by jingo, there is. I've had experience. Obviously, I lived in Ireland for many years, and I've lived in Thailand for a good number of years. So I've got experience of both, and I can put it, in real terms. I always say it's from my own experience. I always say that I give it to you straight, and this is the deal. I mentioned it before that as part of my day-to-day, what I do, I have 3 YouTube channels. This one, and this one. And as part of my day-to-day on the Big Picture El Panorama, I go around interviewing girls. And I won't say have begun, I have decided not to include European girls in my videos, and there's a very good reason for it. I can talk to a Thai girl and ask her personal questions, reasonably personal questions. Obviously, you're not going to go for the jugular, you know what I mean? Reasonably personal questions, and there is no issue. You do this, and I'm going to go into detail here. You do that with a European girl. When I say European, I'm talking about Western, okay? You do that with a European girl, Western, Australian, Canadian, American, New Zealander, whatever you want to be. French, anything, Italian or whatever. You do that with a European girl, and you can receive a backlash. And here's now I've received it, and I'm going to go into detail. I interviewed a number of girls once, I'll be honest, I interviewed 2 French girls for the Big Picture El Panorama, and they agreed to be interviewed. But when I got home and edited the video and put it up on YouTube, they decided that they sent me an email. They didn't want to be associated with a channel that sexualizes women. And I was taken aback. Well, it wasn't really. Well, it was. I wasn't really taken aback that they want to be taken off because they're from Europe and they have. Who said it last night? Who said it? They're lost in their own privilege. Is that what it was? It's a beautiful quote. European women, girls, are lost in their privilege. That's what it is. Anyway, these 2 asked me to take the video down because they didn't want to be associated with the likes of my channel sexualizing girls. I have 2 other Dutch girls. This is all brought up in the live stream. I have two other Dutch girls that I handed my credentials to, and I mean my QR code I wear around my neck, and they scan the QR code into their phones. They said to go off and have a cup of coffee and decide whether or not they'd like to be included in the interviews. And when they came back 10-15 minutes later, they said as well that I'm sexualizing girls. And that was the first time they was said to me, actually, the 2 Dutch. It's not that they're Dutch, it's just that they're Western. Being Dutch is incidental. Is anyone from Holland watching, or Netherlands watching? No offence whatsoever. But they deemed what I do as taking advantage of women and sexualising them. No, I didn't reply to them. But I said to myself, what I would have liked to have said is, I don't sexualize anyone. They sexualize themselves. All I do is point the camera. And this is the attitude of European women. Because I'd say society has advanced in the way it has, and although East Asia is as technologically advanced and more so than the Western Hemisphere, the Eastern Hemisphere is very, and I know you'll agree, Korea, for example, leads the way in technology. China, blah blah. You need I explain? But when it comes to social development and the role of the man and the woman socially, I can see it. It's not so evident, let's say, just on a day-to-day when you're walking on the street and blah blah blah. But when you deal with these people, when you deal with with people here in Thailand, women are women and men are men. There's none. I use the word feminism. I mean, I'm not going to say this is not a criticism. I'm just using the word. It's a word. It's a term. Okay, so I don't smell feminism. Am I allowed to say that? I don't smell feminism in Thailand. I feel that women appreciate men being chivalrous, for example, and men appreciate women being feminine. But you see, I've spoken with a psychologist from France, and I had occasion to speak with him on a regular basis for a while, about 2 or 3 years ago. We used to speak together once a week, and he told me, no, this is not verbatim, but he told me it had got so bad in France at that stage that if you were in a bar and you told a woman that she'd nice hair or beautiful legs, that would be deemed as harassment. And I have been criticised in the comment section of the Big Picture El Panorama, and the word harassment has been used. That comes from European people who have never even been here. So they say it's impolite or improper to ask. Sorry, I'm just distracted there for a moment. Good morning. Morning. It's impolite or improper to ask a girl her age. Is it? Is it impolite? It's not impolite. It might be impolite wherever the person is passing that comment in the West, but it's not polite. It's not impolite here. When you're walking down the street and someone knows you and they see you, they're going to say, "Oh, you're fat." They'll say it straight to your face. It's not impolite. It's an observation. And what is it? What big deal? You ask someone their age. I mean, really, big deal. We all have an age, and if we have an issue with it, it's our issue. I don't have an issue with my age. I'm 59. Well, I do have... Hang on, what the hell is that? I do have an issue. I do have an issue with the fact that I'm aging, because I don't want to age. But am I going to criticise someone for asking me how old I am? Absolutely not. You might say it's different for a man. Why should it be? Why should it be? I mean, feminists would tell you that we're not supposed to differentiate. It shouldn't be different for a woman. But why is it okay to be different for a man? It's okay to ask a man his age, but it's not okay to ask a woman her age. So look, it's what I do highlights the fact that women here are refreshingly normal. I'll go as far as to say that. Normal. And from what I believe, the situation in Europe, I've been told that if I put a microphone in someone's face or a camera in someone's face in the United States or Canada or Europe, well, specifically the United States, let's say, that the recipient could call the police and say that I was harassing them, and then therefore I could get into some kind of predicament. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Somebody said as well on the comment section on the live stream last night, you see, this video was prompted by that. I'm really grateful to you guys for this, that the West is crumbling. Society in the West is crumbling. I think it is, from what I hear. There were riots in my country, in Dublin, a few weeks ago, looting and rioting all over. I won't go into the detail of the stuff, but all over is a result of immigration. Now, I'm not saying immigration is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But there's lots of things that are happening in Europe that it's eating into the very fabric of society. And here society is strong. And here men are men and women are women, and the third gender is the third. I know someone's going to say that, so I might as well say it. The third gender is the third gender. But lads, it's quite simple. Thailand is really attractive for men to come to, and probably subconsciously we don't even realize it. This is where you can treat a woman like a woman and you won't get criticized for it. Apparently you treat a woman like a woman in Europe and you're the worst in the world. So there is a huge difference. There's a cavernous difference. There's the Grand Canyon of a difference between women of the West and women specifically of Thailand. And I am really grateful. I'm really happy that I live in Thailand, because I love women and I love the company of women, and I can feel relaxed in the company of Thai women. I'm not saying it's generalizing, I know, but we're generalizing and that's the way it is. But generally speaking, if I go to interview, here's the deal. I was in the market the other night and I saw a group of Europeans, two very attractive girls, late 20s, early 30s. And I immediately said to myself, there is no way I'm going to interview them. There is no way I'm going to interview them, because they're lost in their privilege. There you go. That's my 5 cents worth. Agree with me or disagree with me. If there's any ladies from Europe watching this, there's no offence. But you see, what is the sun is in the sky. That's a fact. The sky is blue. Well, that's not a fact, because that's to do with light filtering and this, that and the other. But gravity is a fact. And the fact that women in Europe and or European or Western women are different than Thai women is a fact. And the fact that I prefer to live here, where women are women and men are men, and you can treat women as they should be treated, politely and cordially and friendly and all the rest of it, and you can pay them a compliment without being in fear of being accused of harassment. There you are. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's a bit provocative, but there you go. It's from the heart, it's passionate. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, click the like button, click the share button, click the subscribe button, do all those wonderful things. Let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me. Hello there.